Hey everyone, welcome back to our series of talks on women in relationships. And we'll be sharing few cool tips and tricks on how to avoid assumptions. Do you think can women make or spoil the relationship? We women have complicated chemistry inside us. And I know you all know the reasons, don't you? For those who are here for the first time and don't know us, I'm Pooja and I help women to let go of their self-doubt and guilt of their time constraints to live a flourishing life and relationship.
And I am Bharat, and I do the rest of the problem solving for rest of the people.
And we welcome you to our PoojaBharat talk show.
So, in this video, we are going to talk about assumptions. What are the assumptions and how to find what they are doing to us and how they are impacting our relationship.
So like last video, let's take further the same conversation ahead and see how assumptions can ruin our lives. Let me tell you a time. It's my birthday and he's out for shopping at the store. He has no clue what he needs to buy for me and wondering what should he buy? That's right. What should he buy? Assuming if he doesn't buy anything for me, I'll be angry. At the same time, if he buys the wrong things, I will be more angry.
So, she always assumes that I don't care for her needs and I don't think about her and I'm being selfish, only thinking about myself. She always judged me as selfish, uncaring, and thoughtless. On the other hand, I judge her as overly emotional and irrational. She always seems to be crying, getting all the time emotional, to an extent that this emotional drama can break our relationship. And here we wonder, what shall we do? What would you do?
So it's so difficult to understand what's going on. And there is no help available to bring us out of the emotions. And these assumptions have caused a lot of confusion and challenge in the relationship. That has been obstructing him for all the decisions making in his life as well, in our relationships. And this continues for all my life and journey. And here I am in the grey sky of London in January 2013, wearing my black coat, feeling depressed, hearing the lecture from my coach for the very first time, who is talking about the emotions. And as he's talking about emotions, my eyes are already wet. And he asking the question, who is responsible for the thoughts? What? What did he ask? Who is responsible for the questions? And now I'm shocked. No one giving me these thoughts. It's all I can think. It's all created by me. All my assumptions. They are all my creation. I have been assuming all this shit and making it so difficult for both of us.
At the same time, I am at home in Luton, waiting for her and preparing food and trying to manage the house. And the whole day, I was wondering how much work it is to manage house, preparing food, washing, cleaning, and managing kids, doing their homework, doing your office work. It's too much. On that day, I realized how much work she has to do at home and at the office at the same time. Why? Why have I always been assuming that she's not contributing enough? And how long I have been assuming that in my mind? Now, I know I don't need to do. I don't need to assume. But more I think, not assuming, not doing it, more I assume it. And more I do it, it always happening automatically. So more assumptions pulling me away from not assuming and not doing and doing it more? What I'm talking about. So this question, how do I do it? How do I do assumptions? To find the answer to this question, I need to know more. I am not having enough understanding of not assuming until I realize that it's not both of us, it's only me responsible for the change. I need to bring that change.
And this is the time when I and him have to do something for our relationship. And after investing in few sessions with our coach, we have transformed our negative emotions. We transformed our negative thoughts into the choices that we have now. Now we know that these are the assumptions that are destroying us. They have been eating up all our resources, pulling us down, putting us towards the fight at all the time. And this has been an amazing journey with all ups and downs. And we've put together all the steps of how to do this, of how to not do assumptions or avoid assumptions. And we are sharing with this all with you today. So maybe you or someone you know having fight over the restaurant that you have been in the last night, maybe for the quality of the food or for the ambience that you didn't like, and because it was your decision, so your partner is fighting with you. And it all started with a disagreement, and that turned into the massive destructive event for your relationship. And by the morning, none of you want to see each other's face.
Yeah? Or potentially you or someone you know assumes that the dress you are wearing is good for you, but your partner may not like it. Or your partner wearing some dress and you don't like it.
Or perhaps, like other couples, you are also assuming that the life will be like lavish, always like the honeymoon phase all the time.
And maybe you are assuming the worst, that your partner is cheating on you because he or she has not replied back to your text for last 3 hours and you're waiting for it.
Or maybe you are assuming the best, like you feel something is wrong because he's being too nice with you.
Or maybe you or someone you know is assuming that it's obvious that I am unavailable for the party, but they don't consider my availability. They think that I'm always available.
So maybe you are assuming that your partner is not helping you in the kitchen, so it's all your job. So the question is, do we really come into relationship with so many assumptions that we have? We are sure that you are also pondering on this thought right now. And the bitter truth and the bitter answer for this question is yes, we do. And none of us can actually really deny the existence of assumptions that we all do in our lives.
Have you ever wondered what these assumptions are and where they come from? Have you ever wondered where they're coming from?
And these are very general assumptions that we always do. But the point is, what can be done? As you now know that you can't run away from the assumptions, you will find yourself always indulged in the conflicts. To be honest, the more you try avoiding the assumptions, the more conflicting situations you will have. So the ideal is to proactively examine the extent and the nature of assumptions that we always do in our relationship. And that's why we have developed this IPC protocol.
What is this IPC? Sorry.
Yeah. So this IPC protocol will help you to go deeper into the assumptions of your relationship. So let me start with explaining this. Here I stands for the intention. Like, what is the intent of others saying or responding the communications? What is their intention of that communication? and P stands for possibility. To find out what could be the different meaning of this conversation. What are the different possibilities of this conversation? And C stands for the communication. What actually has been communicated? Are you only focusing on the whole communication or just a part of the communication?
Okay, let's drill down. What is intention? What is your intent? So do this. What you need to do, just sit down and take a notepad and let's answer these simple questions with me. And once you end up answering these questions, you may understand how you can come out from these assumptions and not only assuming the right thing for you, but you can improve your relationship. They helped many of our clients and they will definitely help you also. So very first thing you need to do is describe the behavior. Just the actual specific behavior.
Right.
When you fill in the blanks. When you did that behavior. Write it down. So when you, for example, in our case, when I been to the store, whether I buy or not buy, what is going in my mind? What is my behavior going at that time? I can write my thinking and her thinking and I write it out. When I ... Next, point number 2. Identify the emotional feeling. What is that emotional feeling? That we all feel at different times. I felt at that time. I felt, whether I felt angry, I felt hurt, I felt sad, scared, lonely, jealous, shame, or confused.
Yeah.
What did I felt? Write down your feeling. Point number 3. Identify your assumptions. Yes, what are you assuming? I assumed that she will get angry if I buy something. She may get more angry if I buy wrong thing. So this is all my assumptions. This is what I am assuming. Number 4, state your judgment. What is the judgment? The judgment is I made about her was she is overly emotional and irrational. And she judged me as being selfish.
Yeah.
This is all the judgment. She thinking something about me without talking to me. I'm thinking something about her without talking to her. So what are those judgments we are thinking about each other?
So that was about intention. Let's drill down the further on possibility. For this, step number 5 that you need to do is, what questions would you provide that will be more useful to clarify the assumption? So I assumed that. Whatever I assumed that he didn't care for me. He's selfish. He's thoughtless. But that's my assumption. Do we have any facts about it?
Is that true? Is that true?
So number 6 is find out possibility about what we need from ourselves in order to handle the similar situation in a healthier way. So I need to check out my assumptions before acting on them. So that was point number 6.
Okay, so now drill down the communication. What is this impact of this communication? Communication is about I would like from other persons to do or think.
Yeah.
I ask them to do something or I expect them to do something for me. Knowing that when I communicating something to them, he may or may not get it.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I'm saying something to her, she may get it or she may not get it.
Yeah.
I would like him to buy food. Which food? What food I'm expecting to buy? I've not given the specific detail. I just said I would like you to buy food. If she's buying something which is not, I don't like, bringing a lot of confusion in place, bringing a lot of conflicts in place. And this is all part of our assumptions in communication. So the next point, the point number 8. Communicate your intent to create closeness with your partner. I would like to close the communication here. The close communication is like, I would like to open my heart to you and have a convention about what happened.
So next point that we need to do is the acceptance. Acceptance with a statement. Like whatever he's saying, like maybe he's thinking, I'm emotional, I'm irrational. Once we dig down the intent and possibility, the last step is acceptance. Okay, if you say so that I am emotional, what's next thing that we need to do? We will do in the same way. So anytime that you feel that emotions, communications are there, you need to acknowledge and accept it with the words exactly like this, if you say so.
Yeah.
And embed the command with whatever your partner has said. So it's, if you say so, that's right. So that was our steps for the IPC protocol, and in the end the meaning of communication is the response that you get, and you get, so choose wisely what you are assuming in your relationship. Always keep a check what you are assuming in the relationship. And if you really want to change the relationships in a healthy communication way, here is the practice. This practice, the IPC protocol that we have just talked about, is you all should do and must share your experiences and outcome with us.
Yeah.
So feel free to share your feedback, questions or concerns on this IPC protocol, that for all the assumptions that you do in your relationship, and let us know your thoughts.
And we will be answering everyone questions if you finding it hard to implement or follow. We have been implementing it for a long time now, and we have detailed these steps in our further sessions. And when we see our clients, when we talk to them, we give them the more detailed instructions or the suggestions how they can follow it to avoid assuming in their relationship and have a happy and healthy relationship rather than having the fight all the time.
Yeah. So thank you very much everyone for joining, and hope to see you soon again.
So we will see you soon again in the next video. Till the time,
Take care. Bye bye.
bye bye.